Welcome to the Deasy Show. My name is Andrew. This is my wife, Beck.
Hello.
Let's get into it. So we're halfway through January.
Yes.
New year, new everybody. Maybe, perhaps. A lot of people would have kicked off trying to achieve something new, which means they should have, if they haven't already, defined some goals.
Yes, exactly.
So you sent me a how-to guide for setting goals. Now, a lot of this stuff looked familiar to me. I assume it would be familiar to a lot of people. But even reading it made me think, oh, yeah, there is actually a bit of a process to go through to effectively set a goal. And this is, comes up in coaching. It's like, what are we trying to achieve?
Exactly.
It's the first principle of war, selection and maintenance of the aim. If you don't know exactly what it is you're doing, how the hell are you going to get there?
Yeah, instead of saying just like, I want to lose some weight, ask your client, okay, so how much weight do you think it is that you would like to lose? Get them to put a number on it.
And there can be a whole conversation around that, because otherwise they'll just pick a number out of their ass that doesn't mean anything or make any sense.
And then it's sort of like, why do you think you need to lose that weight?
Shh, you're giving it away.
Oh.
I'll go through the 5 steps.
Okay, great. You go through it.
I'll list them.
These what I sent you was what I'm working on right now with my clients.
Right.
So
okay.
You guys are lucky that you get to learn this for free.
For free. Game-changing stuff for free. All right. So number 1 is visualize success. Number 2, transform your motivation into goals. Number 3, set SMART goals. That's one of the things that I remember from back in the day.
Yeah. Number
4, find your support system. And number 5, reward. So this is I like this. This is a holistic way to try and reinforce what it is you're trying to achieve, rather than a vague, I want to lose weight and tone up, or feel fitter or feel healthier or something. This is way more specific. So do you want to go through the visualizing success part?
Okay, yeah. So that is about visualizing the life that you want and what you're working towards and what you're going to be leaving behind. But also, like, having achieved that goal, how do you feel when you're there? So, like, maybe if you're saying, like, I need to lose 10 kilos, and then it's like, okay, so now how do you feel? Now I'm energetic. I can run around after my toddler. I don't feel uncomfortable when I go to the gym, or I don't feel uncomfortable in my swimmers when I go to the pool or I go to the beach, those sorts of things. So the emotional reasons, the things that you want to feel.
Yeah. So it's not even a specific goal yet. It's sort of first start with why. Like, what pain needs to be solved and what future happier end state would you be living in? So it's kind of vague, but it's starting with what's important and what's meaningful for any given individual. What's actually going to drive them to follow through with doing things when they don't feel like doing things.
Yeah.
So that's sort of starting with a meaningful goal and then visualizing what it would be like to be there.
Exactly.
Cool.
Yeah, so the motivation and then the emotions.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Sweet. Much else to say about that? It's kind of self-explanatory, but I think it's self-explanatory, but it's not intuitive. I don't think a lot of people sit and really think about it. I remember when I was in PT school, I was taught to do initial consultations by Dave at, I'm trying to remember his business name, Australian Health and Fitness. Whatever, Dave. He taught me to keep asking why.
Okay.
So people want to lose weight and tone up a bit. Why? And then it would get uncomfortable because you would start digging deeper and deeper and deeper into the emotional pain that they're currently in, and into some sort of vulnerable aspirations that they might have that they might think is impossible. Because that's something that happens a lot. Like, because Deasy's the last resort. After you've tried everything and nothing works, and you've got learned helplessness, and a big part of you has given up on ever seeing the kind of results that you really want, there's a psychological protection that goes on inside of people where they kind of give up on ever thinking they could really get the tangible results that they want. And so when I start digging towards those levels that they've kind of covered up under a pile of dirt to try and forget about, it would get a little confrontational in those,
for sure.
in those consultations. But digging
This
those
is
emotions,
personal.
it's very personal. It has to be personal because it's, you're doing this thing. Why? And you have to dig up those emotions because that's ultimately all you've got,
Yes. Sorry, but also for the visualization is where I would say that if you are like a kinetic learner, visual kinetic learner, is when the vision board is important.
Isn't kinetic movement or touching? Or
Like
something?
touch and feel.
Touch and feel. So
As
that's not
in
visual, is it?
But you want to put yourself there. If you're visualizing, you're
right.
visualizing
Right.
what it smells like, feels like, tastes like, or whatever.
Got it. With your mind's
to be
eye,
in that body.
not your literal vision, but to envision.
Yeah.
All that
so
stuff.
that's
Okay.
why I love vision boards, because you know that I'm really focused on visualization techniques.
Mm-hmm.
So that's one of the things I also make my clients do is the vision boards.
Yep.
And whether or not they do it, I don't really know.
Well, you could say, show me a picture of your
I'm
vision
going to force them all to do it. Like send me a photo.
Okay.
Sorry, you want to go to that at the end? Moving
Number
on.
2 was transform your motivation into goals.
Yeah.
So having understood, ooh, I don't like this, I need to change it, and ooh, that'd be nice, I need to go in that direction. Your list here starts with, so transform your motivation into goals. The way you've listed it is starting with a time frame.
Yeah.
And then after the time frame, setting SMART goals.
Yeah.
So, okay.
So that is if it's a long-term goal, 5-year goal, 1-year goal, monthly goal, weekly or daily goal.
Right.
So you need to break it down because maybe some goals are going to take a year.
Oh, yeah.
And then so you need to break that down. What do I need to achieve each month? What do I need to do now daily to get me closer to those goals?
Okay. Because that looked a little excessive to me. Like, is it...
Well, I guess maybe the 5-year is not so important.
Well, once you get to sort of 1 year and 5 year, they're sort of arbitrary time frames. So, like, let's say I have a stereotypical client who tried everything and nothing works. She works out, or she thinks she works out. She thinks she eats healthy, but has never actually seen the kind of results that she sees in all the before and after transformations that I've posted for the last 15 years. Mm-hmm. So finally, after 15 years, she goes, well, I might listen to that guy. The long-term goal is start looking like one of those off-season fitness model types, probably. Because when you do that,
Yes.
you're in a healthy BMI. You're not going to look like that if you're not exercising all the time. So if you've got a healthy BMI and you're exercising all the time, you've just reduced all of your risk factors for health by 11 million%. You're also not going to keep looking like that if you're eating junk food and smashing piss and stuff. So you're going to have a basically healthy diet. You're going to be training. There you go. So, and you're going to not be overweight. So I think long-term goal is once you're there, stay there for 20, 30, 40, 50 years. That's the long term.
Yeah.
Right?
That's a good point.
Then the next one, I wouldn't see, because these are sort of arbitrary timeframes you've listed, I wouldn't see 5 years as being terribly relevant because I think everyone can get to what is an elite level of body composition and aesthetics in about 2 or 3 years. Mm-hmm. 2 to 3 years would be the longish sort of transformation goal. And after that, it's, right, the next challenge is hold on to it for the rest of your life. And then before that, yeah, that's where it gets interesting.
Yep.
Because is it like, those miniature goals, because basically it would be kind of, if I'm going to achieve this big thing in 2 or 3 years, what do I need to achieve each month?
Exactly.
For them to stack up. 24 or 36 of those to equal the big thing.
And those sorts of things you're good at explaining to clients because you will be like, oh, you want to lose, say like 20 kilos in 12 months, and then you break it down for them. It's the same as when you, for comp prep, for competitors, you say you need to lose this many grams per week in order to get to there when you would do those awesome graphs.
Those awesome graphs would usually be skin
And
folds,
you need
actually.
to be on you need to be on that line. That's the same.
The dreaded dotted line, yeah.
So that's the same with the monthly goals and weekly goals, because we would do the weekly skin fold measurements, correct? Yep. So you do have a weekly goal and a monthly goal, and then the daily goal is hit your macros, train effectively for progressive overload, those sorts of things. Do your cardio if you have to do cardio. So those things I think you're really good at setting for clients. If they don't really understand, they've just got this one big goal and they don't even know how they'll get there. They think it's too much, it's too crazy, so they don't even start. Or if they do start, they start with doing dumb things like I need to eat more salad and run 5K, and it's you just don't really need to do that. You don't need to run 5K.
Salad's good. Right, so you've just exposed why I don't relate to your arbitrary timeframes, because what I would do is break down your skin fold's going to need to be about here on this date. So now we've switched from the average person to a competitor, and a reasonable rate of skin fold loss, the way I take them and the places that I take them, is this much per week. And so I just make a graph working backwards with that sloped line and then plot their numbers versus that line. So each week, I guess, it would be a weekly goal, but each week would be checking progress against a benchmark that is guaranteed to get you in the ballpark of exactly where you want to be. So then the need for a weekly goal or a monthly goal is not really relevant, because we do the weekly check-in and we've got that rate of progress there.
Sure.
Right. Okay.
But I think monthly goals are great because then, when people tend to sort of lose motivation, they need to take stock and then see how far they have come. Like this month, I actually achieved this, whereas I thought I did nothing because the scale didn't move or something.
Yep.
And then they're getting frustrated.
Well, Dorian used to swear by monthly reviews. So he would, he tells people, if you're not stronger than you were a month ago, you're probably not any bigger than you were a month ago. So
that's a good point.
yeah, each month you should be.
So the monthly reviews he would do when he's coaching people?
No, of himself. I don't think he's ever coached anyone.
He should coach people.
Yeah, everyone told him that, and he's like, fuck that. I'm Mr. Olympia. Why am I coaching people? So
I just thought, he's obviously a coach.
No.
No, he's just awesome.
I saw that he dabbled and sort of consulted with a few up-and-coming pros for a while. After having said, I'll never be a coach, then that phase went away, and I haven't seen him doing anything sort of coaching-related since then.
So the monthly review was for himself?
It was for himself, yeah. So it's this is looking back rather than forwards, but I guess it would inform you of what you might be able to do next month. Okay, I got this tiny amount stronger. The goal is to get that tiny amount stronger again and again and again and again and again, perhaps. But it was a check to make sure that he wasn't sort of falling behind or wasting his time. Mm-hmm. And then the daily goals, suddenly it switches, because we've been talking about outcomes, like what you're going to get. What you get in a day is dick, absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
So you can't be focused on how much weight did I lose today or how much muscle did I grow today.
And that is where women fundamentally go wrong.
Is it?
Yeah, they're always people who weigh themselves daily. It's just the worst idea. I know you do that, but it's a big no from me.
Big NO from the Becky Lou. Okay.
But daily goals is what you're talking about, is those boring processes that get you to your weekly, monthly goals. It's the boring shit you have to keep doing over and over again to get you there. Mm-hmm. And the good thing about people like us is, when everyone puts their New Year's resolutions and they're like, gotta go to the gym, that's not something we write down on our New Year's resolutions, because we know we have to do it if we want to look good.
Right.
And I just see a lot of memes on that. And it's it's like a waste of a New Year's resolution. If you actually want to be in shape, you already know you have to do that.
That should be taken for granted.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
We
Little hung up
already
on
know.
that's the good thing about us, but okay. Maybe
Okay.
there's something
You
else. Maybe
can-
there isn't.
You can rephrase
No,
it.
maybe there's nothing else that's good about us. No, you're right.
You know,
we go to the gym.
there's not much else.
That's about it. We're tapped
We
out
do.
at that point.
Yeah, go to the gym and try and eat food.
But the big mental shift is, oh, in 2 or 3 years I could look like a fitness model, and in 6 months I could lose, I don't know, 20% of my body weight or whatever. They're outcomes. These are the treats, the presents, the goodies that you get. Your daily goal, no. There's no treats and goodies and presents. It's here's the shit you've got to wade through. Your goal is to wade into the shit and happily, well, or unhappily do it, regardless. So the goals aren't really goals, they're tasks. It's a task list.
Yeah. And lots of people don't like being uncomfortable or doing things they don't enjoy. So this is challenging.
Yeah, that's why they see it as shit. Whereas if you've always gone to the gym, you don't see it like that. It's like brushing your teeth or something. It's just something you do. Right. So time frame, and obviously
Yep.
this comes into the next part, because what you can achieve in a given time is important. So set smart goals.
Yes.
Right.
Specific. So what is the goal you want to accomplish?
Yeah.
You need to be really specific about it.
Absolutely. Selection and maintenance of the aim.
So then you could, so we're going to say this amount of weight you want to lose, or the measurements from the waist measurement you want to drop, things like that.
Clothing
Like being
size,
specific, yes.
strength target, something specific.
Yeah.
So not a vibe of feeling healthier.
Yeah, that's dumb.
It's just, why aren't you feeling healthy now? So get specific. Because I drink a bottle of scotch a day. Okay. So the specific goal is don't drink a bottle of scotch a day. The general feeling of wellness or the general feeling of fitness, like, okay, but we've got to get it more specific in terms of the outcome, so that we know what the specific inputs need to be to get that specific outcome, so that you get, as we started, the positive vibes and situation that you were envisioning for yourself. The specificity is one of the two major things that people get wrong in setting their goals.
Mm-hmm.
I reckon, in my experience, they don't get specific enough.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, that's a good point. That's probably the same for most of my clients.
Like the question in Fit Girl Club last week, the week before, whatever it was. Does anybody know the best chest exercises for tightening and toning the female chest area or something like that? Yeah. And it's like, I can't actually answer this question.
Was that from a person?
It was from a person.
Because
Yes.
sometimes there's that robot thing that
Yeah,
everyone laughs at.
Yeah. Well, no one's even laughing anymore. It's just fucking
Nobody
annoying.
even talks to that robot anymore.
It's like,
so-
shut up, robot. The fucking AI chatbot thing. Yeah, you're adding huge value.
What did you say to that person?
Well, you can't really answer the question. All I can do is educate the person. You know?
And that is your goal that you've been trying to do for such a long time, for free in a group for years and years, just trying to educate people, and people just ignore that. And they're like, hey.
She didn't. She said thank you.
Oh, good.
Yeah, she was nice about it.
Awesome.
And it was simply, I don't even know what tighten and tone the women's chest area actually means, but we've got
Me either.
we've got bone and muscle structure.
Is she saying she wants her boobs to be smaller?
I guess. I don't know. We've got bone and muscle structure, and the difference between male and female is, like, structurally and the way it works, so similar to the male that you don't do any different exercises. A bench press is a bench press, firstly. Secondly, if you're lifting weights, you're training muscles, and all you can do is make them bigger and stronger, or let them die and get weaker and smaller. That's it. None of that is going to have any impact on gland tissue or body fat. So I said, I don't understand exactly what your goal is, but I'm going to go ahead and assume that what you're looking for is actually the result of a significant body fat reduction. It's not the angle of your chest press that's going to make any difference. Why are we talking about this? Because the goal wasn't specific. So before I can give an answer, we have to define things and educate and stuff. So that's an example, a recent example of exactly what goes wrong. So if she's got some concept in her mind, if she then just goes off and does stuff, like who knows what that is, or it's almost certainly not going to work.
Yeah. It sounds like it just needs to be in a calorie deficit to lose fat.
Correct.
And
that's what I said.
she can't choose the area.
Yeah, exactly. Which is in contrast to the one who asked a similar question: how do you lift your boobs? What's the best chest exercise for that?
Oh, wow.
And I gave like the same answer and then was abused and mocked, and then she rage quit the group.
Oh, I didn't see that.
That was years ago. It was so funny. I remember it because the screed ended with, and I thought you were supposed to be a trainer, laughing face. And then she left. I laughed.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right. So that's S of the SMART for specific.
And then measurable. How are you going to measure or track your goals?
And yeah, you need both. Like a finish line, a bullseye, whatever. That's, the part of the defining the goal. And then, as you said, and as we were just talking about with the shorter term goals, measuring waypoints along the way. How are you going to measure that?
How are you going to measure it then?
Well, it's kind of easy if you do have something that is numerical.
Exactly.
There's a big number that equals happy. So smaller increments of that number, whatever it is you're measuring, means that you're progressing. So that makes it easy.
Yeah. Especially with like the trainer eyes up, when you can see the changes in the measurements and the scale weight on that graph.
Yep.
Very
waist measurements and butt measurements and thigh measurements and blah, blah, blah. Exactly.
Yep. Then, okay, so then we're going to A.
Okay. What's A?
Actions. So what actions do you need to take to reach your goal?
Yep. And again, this is all the stuff that I've been talking about for years. Work backwards from the goal. What is the physical adaptation that you want in your body? What physically needs to change? Therefore, what is going to stimulate your body to do precisely that adaptation that you want? Therefore, what do you have to do that's uncomfortable and weird to trigger that stimulus and then the response in your body to get what you want? So doing chest presses is not going to make your legs better, for instance. We need to stimulate leg growth. We need to be doing our squats.
And one big part of the actions, I would say, is consistency. Consistent actions. Yep.
Well, once you go, here's my plan of attack, I'm going to hit these macros and do this training plan, it's kind of assumed that you actually do it. And actually doing it means, I don't know how to express this to people. Actually doing it, showing up and doing it rather than having an excuse for not doing it or a really good reason. You need to understand why I couldn't do it, blah, 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 blah. And I don't feel guilty and I don't feel bad because I had to go to this thing and that food and or story that makes me feel good about not doing the plan. Therefore, I'm a good person. Therefore, I deserve the results. No, it's do or do not. Yoda.
Yeah. Okay. Then let's go to R. Relevant.
Oh, by the way, sorry, before we go on, we should probably
Yoda.
do a little pitch. The actions. If you're not an expert in how to get in shape, maybe that's a really good time to consult someone who is.
Yes.
Because otherwise you'll come up with an idea of the actions that you marry to your outcomes. And this is what I said, this is the specificity thing that people get so wrong, the specificity of adaptation. Because what people will do is say, I want this goal and I want to do this exercise. So my daily goals, my daily tasks are yoga, eating high protein yogurt once a week, Reiki healing.
Run 5 kilometers.
Run 5 kilometers and eat a salad. And then the outcome I want is connected to doing deadlifts and hip thrusts until your eyeballs bleed and eating protein until you want to cry. Like that's what you have to do to get what you want, but you're going to choose to do something completely unrelated. So what you need is an ugly, mean, experienced expert to slap you around
Yep.
and go, no, no, no. If that's what you actually want, then you need to be over here doing the deadlifts until your eyeballs bleed and eating protein until you cry. So that's part of the actions.
So you need Coach Deasy
Yes.
to yell at you.
Don't rush all at once. Give it 20 years of eating salad and running, because it might work. It might work. And I'll see you in 20 years, and then we can fucking solve all of your problems.
20 years?
Yeah, that's the usual time frame.
From now?
From whenever till they see me. They will refuse.
It's a long time.
Yeah. Women, man, they will just blow away their 20s, blow away their 30s, being dumpy and out of shape, hating themselves, crying into their salad, going for a run.
I think you might be retired by then.
Then they turn 40, and then I make them hot in 2 years. And they're
Correct.
Like, shit, I could have been hot for the last 18 years. Yep, but no. You had to just try everything except what works first. What are we up to? I'm lost. S-M-A. A's
Are we
for
up
actions?
to R?
R. I dragged you back to A.
Relevant. Yes. Which areas of your life does this goal fit into? So make it relevant
So this ties back
to
to
your
the
health and fitness.
This ties back to number 1, doesn't it? The start with why thing?
Specific.
No. Number 1. Because this is number 3 of your list of 5. SMART goals was number 3. What's number? Visualize success was number 1.
Yes.
So relevant, which areas of your life does this
need to
goal
check
fit
this.
into? And visualize. Right. So you know what I'm saying? This part should be easy.
Yes.
If you've already visualized the success that you're looking for, visualize the pain you're avoiding, then of course it's going to be relevant.
Okay, so here's an example of some of the areas
Okay.
it could fit into.
Right.
So health and well-being, yes, obviously, for what we do. Self-growth, giving and contributing, family and relationships, travel and adventure, spiritual, intellectual, happiness, financial, career, and professional. There's none of those really.
Okay. I was going to say, this is sounding like bullshit.
But this is just, we're talking generally about goal setting, remember?
Oh, I thought the world revolved around eating protein and doing deadlifts.
So it would be what health and well-being is definitely. Self-growth, if you can be disciplined and learn to, do things for more than a week.
Conscientiousness and stuff. Yeah, absolutely.
Maybe spiritual as well.
Leg day. Yeah.
Yeah, so those are the main.
You talk to God quite a lot.
And no, it would also improve probably love and romance if you feel like you're not confident in your body, not confident. Maybe you want to go on a date, but you're lacking self-esteem or something. So then that also improves those things.
Good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely going to increase your SMV if you get in killer shape. And also the travel and adventure thing. The number of people who get into sort of later years and they're like, oh, well, I can't go to that tourist destination and walk that track because I'm fat and my ankles are weak.
I didn't even think of that, but that's a good point because we want to
Again-
go climb the Great Wall of China.
Oh,
and
do we?
Yeah.
Okay.
And we can't do that if we're
300 pounds. Yeah, no, that's totally a thing.
okay. So that's part of it as well. This book is fantastic.
Great.
Could you come up with one of these books?
Sure. Just
And we'll put
just
it
write
in the
gra-
granite
just
store.
write put a granite sticker on it and sell it. Yeah.
Well, I'll make it new and improved, but it's
okay.
fantastic.
You can make it even better than it is. Yeah, heaps of people want, like, that's their fitness goal, is to be able to.
Oh, happiness as well.
Yeah.
Do you think being in shape doesn't make you happy?
Absolutely not.
I didn't think we should say that.
And being happy makes you lazy and complacent. It's like, I'm happy.
That's true.
I'm going to eat chips and drink beer because I'm in a good mood. No,
That's true.
You want
You
misery
need to
and
be miserable.
self-loathing, maybe spiting somebody else.
I don't think we should be selling that.
Tap into the dark side. That's where the results are. No, heaps of people want to get in better shape so they can run after their grandkids, or
which is family and friendships.
Okay, sure, but or the travel and adventure thing.
Yes, that's a good one.
Because I was aware, like when we were running around the world quite a lot in 2019, where I'd have two 50-pound suitcases and a heavy backpack.
And you just throw them around the place.
Well, I'd run up flights of stairs with them and then throw them around the place.
Yeah.
And it's fine. It's like, most people would find that really challenging, and some people would find it impossible. They're looking for a lift or an elevator if you're American. They can't just do stuff. Whereas if you've got this kind of physical capacity, then there's way less obstacles in life. Like, we don't see obstacles that do exist for other people because they've allowed themselves to sort of just degrade and decay.
Yeah, it becomes more obvious when you're traveling like with a boomer who is maybe not as fit or strong as either of us.
Well, I notice it when I travel with my boomer and another
Who's
boomer,
that?
Mum.
Yeah, that's what I was talking
Because
about, my mum.
Mum will just keep up, just do whatever, and then somebody else her own age can't. You're like, there's like a black and white difference there.
Yeah, your mum is in pretty great shape.
Mm.
It's pretty amazing. She's going to live forever.
And likes fat shaming her kids.
Yeah.
Forever.
Oh, you gained weight.
What do you call this? Pat, pat, pat. I had a fucking 6-pack of abs. She still calls me fat.
Yeah. Okay.
Anyway.
So, shall we move on to the next point? T.
So
T.
what was R?
Relevant. Which was, I was giving you examples of areas of your life that it will improve if you pay Coach Deasy money. Okay? All those areas of your life will improve.
It's not about happiness. It's about...
Just pay Coach Deasy money. And I know, I'm a really good example of this.
It's about low self-esteem,
I guess
spite,
we need to get into this, but
negativity.
So then, when I came to Granite, I had been doing some weird CrossFit training previously.
What?
Remember?
No. There's yet another red flag I ignored.
No, at...
I'm in too deep now.
That fitness place that starts with D.
Okay.
You know what it is.
I'm sure I do, but it's not coming to me. Oh, yeah.
We're not going to name people. But yeah, I was doing that weird CrossFit style training, and I could not deadlift or do anything to save myself. That was really bad. I'm pretty sure I was always injured. But also I didn't understand macronutrients. Yeah, I didn't eat any protein. I was scared of eating protein. I genuinely was scared of eating protein because I thought that I'm going to gain weight.
Oh my God.
Because then I'm going to put on muscle and then the scale weight will go up. So that's the opposite of what I want, which is dumb. Because then I was just kind of floppy, skinny fat, and always why don't I look like her, some fitness model in those magazines that I used to read. Oxygen magazine. Yeah. Why don't I have abs like that person?
Mm-hmm.
And some of your clients were on the front cover of that magazine. So that just goes to show peoples. Andrew is creating the chicks who are on the front cover. And anyway, so then I was like, okay, I'll go find this guy because it was on Facebook that I saw that amazing transformation. Mm-hmm. And I was like, sold. I'm going there to find this guy. And I just had no idea about anything. No idea about real training. No idea about real eating.
Yeah, we did a 2.5 hour initial consultation or something crazy.
Yeah.
It was huge.
So that is...
And then it's still...
What were we talking about?
And then it's... we're talking about you now. And then it still took you ages to start eating protein.
Yeah, it took me a long time.
And then
maybe a year.
And then when you did, you just suddenly became cousin it. And everyone is asking where you got your hair extensions done.
Yeah.
And it was your natural hair.
What's cousin it?
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Oh, is this from the Addams Family?
Oh, good save. Because you fumbled fucking He-Man a few weeks ago.
It's like a troll.
It's just a thing covered in hair.
Yes.
That was you. right? I mean, this
Yeah,
is
oh,
you
lots
now.
of things.
This is you now.
This is me
a few
just
weeks.
finishing chemotherapy, so people need to be nice to me right now.
No, you finished chemotherapy, so don't have to be nice to you anymore.
Yeah, didn't I say just finishing?
Finished. It's done.
Yes.
Back to prison rules. But yeah, my point, like, this is you just a few weeks after chemo. Look at your hair. Jesus.
Yes.
So yeah, when you were smashing protein and in shape, it was just ridiculous. You got massive results.
And actually, you don't need to overcomplicate macros or anything.
True.
And this is when I'm like back on my bullshit, which is now, and I'm like, oh, I need to hit my macros. You know, this is me talking to you. I need to hit my macros, Andrew. You're like, yeah. So then I'm like, I go to the grocery shops, and I'm not a cook. I don't know how to prepare meals, but if you keep it simple, it's really easy.
Yeah.
Because all you need to do, look in the frozen section. Okay, what proteins do I like? Oh, I like salmon, barramundi, steak, chicken. Okay, I'm getting a bunch of these from the frozen. This is Indonesia, so I'm buying it frozen. I'm not buying it fresh. They don't really have that. And then...
It would cost millions.
Yeah, so get that. And then... Yeah, also because I don't know what days I'm going to cook it. I'm not like planning ahead with meals. I'm just like, I need the bare minimum things that I can put into a meal. And then I'm like, okay, what sort of carbohydrates do I like? I like rice, pasta, and potatoes. So then I got rice and pasta, which Laura also likes. So that's great. And then I got some frozen sweet potato. It's like already chopped up. Great. Awesome. And then I'm like, okay. The fats are easy to get because you're just going to add butter or oil when you're cooking. So that doesn't even matter. Like, you don't need to buy that.
Yep.
You need to buy butter or oil if you don't have it at home. But most people have that. And then I'm like, okay, in order to not be a loser, I need some fruit or vegetables. And then I also bought frozen vegetables like the asparagus, broccoli, things like that, which are already frozen. Then I'm just going to cook it when I make the meals. So that is a really good breakdown of how you can hit your macros without overcomplicating it.
And you haven't burnt the house down yet.
I know. Last night was a little smoky.
Oh, God.
No, I'm not great at cooking, but if I can do it, you can. In that, yeah, it's not hard to actually eat protein. Don't make excuses.
Okay. That's the moral of that story?
Because if I can do it...
Right.
Anyone can.
Right.
Because I can't cook. I don't know what seasonings or sauces or toppings to use, but all I know is I need a protein, carb, and fat's already there.
That's pretty easy to find.
So add some micronutrients and you're done.
Yeah. So are we in R or T right now? The SMART goal, which is number 3 on your list of 5 things to set goals.
Yeah, so now we're into T.
Okay.
Time bound. When do you expect to achieve this goal? So that is, we're talking about what if your clients were working with them for like 12 weeks. They have like a 12-week goal, a 10-week goal, and then it's easier to break it down from there.
Yeah. Yeah. I tend to focus on the what and then the how long is derived from that. Like, what do you want to achieve? What do you really want to achieve? And then I can very quickly go, here's a time range of how long that's realistically going to take. So then that defines the time. So we've got a few variables being how elite is this result that we're looking for? And the other variable being what species are you? So that one's kind of fixed, usually. There are some genetic mutants out there.
Oh, I thought you were talking about aliens that you work with.
I've worked with a few. What would you call Steph Collins? It's not fucking human. Jesus Christ. So, yeah, if for the standard human, losing 1% of your body weight per week is actually pretty screaming hot rate of weight loss over a protracted period of time. You can go faster, but you're going to die. And when I say die, I mean you're going to give up. You're going to crash out, right? So what's tough that most people can do and therefore fast is about 1%, for instance. So if we've got a goal weight and a starting weight, well, you can just do a bit of basic maths, and then I will set a realistic time frame based upon that.
Yes, exactly.
So the time is kind of determined by biology, is what I'm saying. And that's another big sort of education part. I remember doing an initial consultation with 2 very obese people who were getting married. And it was around the time when The Biggest Loser was still a thing on TV.
I used to love that show.
Yeah. And they were saying, well, we don't want anything too extreme. We just want to lose 20 kilos. Like, they both had to lose, or probably should lose 60 or something. Like, oh no, we'll just lose 20 kilos and, we'll do that in 2 months or something. Like, so they've got these, they've got these arbitrary numbers in their heads. They're just setting a time-based goal. Huh? Right. Time-based and specific, however many tons of weight they want to lose. And unfortunately, there's no connection in reality.
Yeah, it's not realistic at all.
Because you're working within sort of human biology of what you can actually achieve. So that's why I like to sort of do the what first, and then, okay, how long is that realistically going to take? So the time is kind of tied to the goal or derived from the goal. It's not an independent variable. You can't go, oh, I'm going to be a fitness model in, DZ says 2 to 3 years, I'm going to do it in 6 to 12 months. It's like, you're not actually, unless you're Steph Collins.
Yeah.
Then maybe you do.
Yeah.
But, chances are you're not a fraction of a percent genetic outlier. So you will fall in that 2 to 3 year time range for the big goal and then work backwards from there.
Yeah.
Would there be any, I don't think there's any exceptions to that. More rubbery would be setting strength goals because there's more genetic variability in an individual's response to training than there is in an individual's response to a calorie deficit. So 3,500 calorie deficit for the week is going to lose a pound of fat off of you, me, or Ronnie Coleman. It's all the same. But working out 6 days a week is going to have very different results for you, me, and Ronnie Coleman. Like, what's a realistic amount of muscle for you to grow versus me versus him? 3 completely different numbers. So it's kind of harder.
Can he still train?
Nah, poor bastard.
No.
And Damon Hayhow.
But he was amazing.
He was amazing. Yeah, buddy.
Damon Hayhow, yeah.
Explained it's probably not his training that fucked him up. It was the back surgeries. I'm like, oh yeah, of course. I didn't think about that. Because a lot of those spinal surgeries, as well as a few others, hips and knees and some shoulder things, the doctor will say, we've got a 50-50 chance. This could work really well or it could make things slightly worse. And he went through a few of them.
It's the practice of medicine.
It's the practice of medicine. So, yeah, I think it's entirely possible that it's the back surgeries that made him worse off. If he'd never started doing that, he might not be hobbling around on crutches and wheelchairs now.
Yeah.
I don't know. But I'm like,
oh, yeah, I didn't think it was his strength training.
Because there's a heap of other guys doing bouncy, terrible, super heavyweight stuff. Like Branch Warren and Johnny Jackson at the same time in the same gym doing the same dumb-looking shit, getting jacked, they're fine. Yeah, I don't think it was the weights.
Yeah.
Anyway.
So moving on to number 4.
What's number 4?
Find your support system.
Aha.
So that would be your coach, number 1. And then also, I guess...
Fit Girl Club, Team Granite Facebook group.
Yes. Fit Girl Club. And then you're going to have to tell your husband and things like that. Your immediate group of people you want to tell them.
Who may not be your support group.
Well, then what are you going to do?
It gets awkward. So finding a support group is not a trivial dot point here because shit gets weird with human psychology and people being jealous, being threatened, being insecure, feeling like if I eat cake in front of you, you're judging me. So I'm going to try and sabotage you and make you eat cake too. And all sorts of weird crap goes on. So it's kind of like when you start a small business, it's like, oh, I need someone to do the bookkeeping. And you just go, oh, I'll get my sister to do it or something. Whoever's nearest is the person who's going to do the job. And it's a travesty. It's a terrible idea.
Okay, so you're saying...
So the people around you might not be...
Yeah, that might not be the case, so probably don't involve them.
Oh, I'm not saying probably anything. I'm just saying it's entirely possible that the people around you are not your default support network.
System, yeah.
So that's why like so many people have used Fit Girl Club and they love that group because the people around you have supported you to become the person that you don't want to be. They are your support network. You are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with, blah, blah, blah. That's them. Those people. Your drinking buddies.
Yeah, it might be time to find a new...
Your office snack time buddies,
friends.
snack break buddies, you know, the drinks after work buddy. Like, if that's your social circle, none of those people even can help you. Not necessarily none of them, but many of them might not have the capacity, let alone the interest and motivation to support you. Their interest and motivation might be exactly the opposite. They might want to see you fail.
Yeah, you're right.
So don't assume that the people around you and the people closest to you are necessarily going to be your support network. That's why hiring a coach, right, that's somebody you know is in your corner. And being in a group of people who are like-minded, trying to achieve their own things, especially if they're similar things, like Fit Girl Club. Someone's doing a strongman competition, someone's doing powerlifting, someone's doing a charity marathon, someone's doing a bikini competition, but everybody is, and most people are just trying to get in shape and stay in shape, but everyone's trying to eat kind of good and exercise a bit somehow. So tens of thousands of people there aren't going to judge you, aren't jealous of you, don't want to undermine you, don't want to sabotage you. So your online support group might be more significant than the people around you. Who knows?
Yeah, and I would say everyone in the Fit Girl Club is trying to be a better version of themselves.
Yeah. There's no perfect people.
Exactly.
But that's a self-identified group of people who are trying to be better.
Yeah.
There's a great place to start, as opposed to who's in the proximity when you decide to get your ass in gear. So that's not a trivial point.
No.
And a big part of why everybody is out of shape is because everybody is out of shape. So you're surrounded by people who have had the same bad habits as you, and they have every intention of maintaining those bad habits. So that's not necessarily ripe territory to find enthusiastic cheerleaders and supporters and people who are going to hold you accountable and stuff.
Yeah, so you may need to rethink your friend group.
Shop around.
Yeah. Okay. So then we're going to number 5.
I thought SMART goals was number 3.
Oh no, that was number 4. Was find your support system.
Oh, right. Okay, I was stuck.
So number 5 is reward, and that is about rewarding yourself for hitting small milestones, and it's essential for maintaining motivation. I didn't really know about this.
Yeah?
I don't know.
You have reservations about this?
I don't know what the rewards are for people who are trying to lose weight, because they want to reward themselves with cake.
You know, they did a study and found that they hook up the doobie whatsits to a dog's head to measure the happiness activity in their brains. They're happier when they see their owners than when they see food.
Oh, that's nice. It's not like Pavlov's dog's experiment.
No.
Things like that.
Or Dr. Fauci, just much worse. Don't Google Dr. Fauci and dogs. Yeah, so...
Yes. This is like my Instagram post the other day. Good point. People need to... Can you go to my Instagram?
Oh, my God. Yep.
The Becky Lou Fit. And you need to find...
Oh, God.
It's one of me sitting on the table.
Make a habit out of using exercise to cope with stress rather than food or alcohol?
Yes.
Well, that's not the same thing, is it?
Okay, never mind.
You just wanted me to look at a photo of you. There you go. Like.
Then what do you think? I'm trying to understand.
Well,
rewards.
my point with the dogs thing was, when you think about dog training and reinforcing behavior, give the dog a treat when the dog behaves well. But it actually receives more happiness, more brain activity is going on with positive affirmation. So love and attention and positive affirmation from the dog's owner has a stronger brain activity than getting a treat. So I think, correct me if I'm wrong, dog trainers usually use praise to reward the good behavior. So I think that's what we need to be doing. Now, in the Blitz, I say what you need to do is not wait until you've finished an arbitrary 8 weeks. Don't wait until you've lost an arbitrary 10 kilograms to be proud of yourself. Because, as we've discussed earlier up this list, we've got those long-term goals, and then the short-term goal really becomes a task list. But it's the same thing. The inputs and outputs are connected. You're never going to get the outputs if you're not doing the inputs. Therefore, the inputs are a goal. So tonight, when you put your head on your pillow, if you can think, I drank my water, I hit my macros, I crushed my training,
Then you can go to sleep.
I'm proud of myself.
I'm proud of myself.
I am happy. Like, you need to focus on the achievement of the inputs, because the inputs and the outputs are the same thing. If you do that 50, 100, 150 days in a row, a huge amount of outputs will accrue. So you don't wait until you've got the huge results, or not, because you fell off the wagon, before you give yourself a pat on the back. You can give yourself a pat on the back daily if you crushed it today. That's what I reckon. Then also in terms of, I was going to go into milestones. We're talking about rewards, aren't we? Then just like you don't need like food treats to train a dog, you don't need them for a person either. But yes, you're right. That's where everybody's head seems to go. And that's indicative of the problem. Like, the problem is you have an association of cake and happiness, and they're connected. You know, that's why you've got so much excess cake that you need to lose. So you've got to come up with something else.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So maybe go get a facial. For me.
Sure.
I would like to get a facial or go to the sauna.
When you can cook a piece of fish without stinking the house out or burning it down, then you're a winner, you've achieved, and you can go and get a facial. Exactly. Be proud of yourself.
And tonight, I need your help with cooking my steak.
Okay. We don't have a barbecue, we don't have an oven, so you got to cut us some slack.
Yeah.
It's the Indonesian way. So what else makes you, the individual you, happy? Then hold it back until you've achieved some milestone, and then reward yourself with it.
Yeah, again, you're right. Rewards are personal.
And you can actually tie this in with other goals, like, I spend too much money and I waste money on clothes or whatever. It's like, there will be no clothes shopping until I'm definitely gone from this size to that size. And then, having achieved that, my reward is I'm doing a spending spree, shopping thing for clothes there, once we've reached that milestone. So what you've done is now you've improved your finances, because you're not wasting money impulse buying clothes on the internet or whatever, because you don't deserve it yet, you haven't earned it yet. And then when you've earned it, you can do it, and you're tying the big happy dopamine thing that you get out of shopping, let's say, to the fact that you followed through and achieved stuff.
Yeah.
In your health and fitness, I mean. So something like that. And it, as you said, it depends on the individual. Like, what do you want to do? And you can restrict yourself artificially from things and go, right, no more this until that. I did that with my business partner at Granite 4, actually, because we had a certain number of group fitness clients, I did all the maths, that we would need to break even. So it was like the first goal. because everything's expensive and we needed so many people to come in and do the group fitness classes, then that would be covering the rent and the electricity and the
Yeah.
And we didn't have that number yet. And,
Yeah.
and then we just goof off and fuck around.
Right.
Unacceptable. So, and one of the things we would do is like do our morning shifts of training clients and then go, brekkie? Yeah. And it'd be like second breakfast, we'd go to the cafe. So I went, all right, here's the deal. We're banned from coming here for second brekkie until we get our minimum number of clients. You could do the same thing with an arbitrary time frame. I'm going to do 30 days or 8 weeks of perfection. And until I do that, I'm not going to do something that you have been doing maybe too much of already.
Yeah, I agree.
So that one, like, it was food, but it wasn't really food. It was us just fucking around at a cafe.
Yeah.
When it was like,
it's your brunch date and you don't
brunch
have
date.
time for a brunch date.
Yeah, we shouldn't be doing...
All the bitches in Bali want a brunch date all the time. And I'm like, oh, no.
Yeah, we shouldn't have been doing
need
bro
to
brunch
stop
dates when the business hasn't even broken even yet.
Exactly.
It's unacceptable.
I've got so much work to do. But I have a good question for us.
Oh, yeah?
That is, I guess, collectively for
The collective of two?
for the programs that we offer as Team Granite. What is the number of Granite transformations
1
we
million.
would like to achieve this year?
10 million.
As in, like, you know, the sorts of photos that we post for marketing. How many of those do we want to create this year with clients or new clients or AHs, blitzes, or one-on-one clients? How many? Because I didn't think about this until yesterday. Like, how many people do I actually want to help them achieve their goals this year? And what, like, you would know more because you've done so many, like, challenges over the years. Like, obviously the challenges that you run, like the blitz and all that, you know more. But how many do you expect to see?
Yeah, this is going to get really autistic, isn't it? The gears are whirring. Again, how many variables are involved in this? But it is an interesting way to think. That is an interesting metric to come up with.
Yeah.
The problem is you and I can't directly control. Like, we're not out there slapping the cake out of people's hands or stopping them from racking the bar when they got 2 more reps. So we can't directly control that. So it's a little messy.
Okay.
But I'll have a think about it. But that is it's an interesting thought experiment. Maybe there would be a similar kind of metric that we could come up with that would be within our control.
Well, I would hope this year would be a record year for us.
Okay.
Collectively.
The collective. Yeah, got it. The commune. Comrade.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, you can come up with the number.
Right. I'll struggle to do that. But all right.
Or maybe the viewers would like to hazard a guess.
Sure. Yeah.
Put forward your number.
Could you define the goal again? Not the number.
How many transformations do we expect to achieve?
What's the definition of a transformation, Your Honour?
Utilized, like the before and afters that we use for things like marketing. So it needs to be visible, measurable improvement. It can't be like, hey, I got a spray tan. Like, that's no, that's not it.
What if it's a really good spray tan, like so good that we can use it as marketing to trick people? Does that count?
No, and it can't be AI either.
Shit, so many rules.
So
okay, like I
it's
said,
got to be real life people. I want our real life help.
Okay, like I said, it's gonna get real autistic.
At
and
least
weird.
1,000 is what I'm going for.
A million bajillion.
No, 1,000.
Okay.
Let's set it at 1,000. What do you think? Because you got to think about every single challenge we're going to do this year, plus all of our one-on-ones. Yeah.
Collectively. Yeah, I've got to keep that in mind. The collective. My bad. All right,
Well, there's lots of exciting stuff to come
there is exciting stuff to come.
for this year. I'm pretty excited about 2026. It's a 1 year in numerology, which means it's a very good year.
More fucking
Lots of
witchcraft.
good luck. It adds up to 1.
You're going to go to hell if you keep this witchcraft up. All right, I think that's enough for this week. More than enough. So, I think now the Accidentally Hot sale is over. You've missed that.
Yeah.
By now, maybe you can check the link, see if it's still on 20% off. Otherwise, hit us up for coaching. We'll do some smart goal setting and some smart programming on how to get you there.
Yeah, let's do the smart goal setting. That's a great place to start.
Let's do that. All right. Till next week. Bye.
Bye.